So finally I get to umami, which is, again, the complicated taste. I've been doing a lot of media for this book, talking to radio stations across the United States, and I find the knowledge of umami is not nearly as widespread as I thought it might be. What umami is, so this is a still from a Norwegian film, a Norwegian TV series that was basically a train ride up the length of Norway. It's a 6-hour movie. It's just a camera put on the front of a train, and you see everywhere that this train goes. It's a huge hit in Norway. It's been copied in a lot of other countries. In the UK, the BBC ran a very popular show of a bus touring the Midlands, camera on the front, you just watch it. It's like slow TV. And it's a home movement that I would classify as umami. So when we think of umami food, it's meaty, brothy, savory, delicious, and irresistible. Irresistible is the best way to describe it, because you think of MSG powder. If you taste it, it has no taste. But you put it in food, and it contributes to this idea of where people are worried that it's too addictive. It makes this food so delicious. It's hitting the glutamate receptors, which is telling you that protein is coming, basically, is the biological purpose of it. And it's something that we just can't get enough of, but we don't really understand why. So there is no cultural umami, at least not yet. My hope here is that now I can say something can be culturally umami. And it maps onto this idea of cerebral culture, something that's information dense. So I describe it as the inexplicable taste. And I want to be clear that I don't mean that we don't know what it is. It's a taste we can identify it, and we know we just can't get enough of it, and we don't understand why we can't get enough of it. So I think of the Norwegian author Karl Ove Knausgård, whose book, My Struggle, 7 volumes, intensely detailed stories of his life. He describes, I think he has a 40-page episode describing a children's birthday party. And if you've ever been to a children's birthday party, you know that you don't need, anyway, they feel like they're 40 pages long. But he goes on and on, talks about his cornflakes, describing things in deep, deep, deep detail. Huge bestseller in Norway, huge bestseller in every country it's been printed in. And the critics are, they basically, everyone who reads it does love it. The formal critics have been very positive, but they don't always know why. Zadie Smith has written that it's like crack reading these books. You just can't put them down, but you don't know why. You used to let these details wash over you, and you just want to keep coming back to it. That I describe as umami culture. That's something where you want more and more of it, but you can't really say why. And you can say that this writing isn't actually that good, and the story is actually not that interesting, but I just can't stop consuming it. I think news and the news ecosphere that we live in now sort of fits that category. When you think of how, obviously there's lots of tricks that these apps like Twitter use to keep you involved, but still, this idea of I just need a little more information, just gonna open the app one more time, maybe something's happened in the last 5 minutes, is hitting that cerebral need for more information, more information, more information. You think like positively, you can channel that towards hobbies. Anything where you sort of get into a zone, get into the idea of the flow, this state where you're totally immersed in a challenge. It's sort of feeding your brain this drip of information that is extremely satisfying.